Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. And I'm going to entitle this video, "In the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared." And the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. I'm still here. Anyway, as you can see, a list of precepts that I put together. I did a word search in the regular scriptures and in the Apocrypha. And there's, just in the regular scriptures, there's the word truth is mentioned well over 200 times. I didn't count how many times it's written in the Apocrypha. So what I did was I went across several different scriptures, a lot of good scriptures that I didn't even put up on this list. And as I was putting these precepts up, certain other precepts came to my mind. And it's just simply dealing with the word truth. So before I put this list together, my initial title was simply truth. So as I was putting these precepts together, this precept, I said I gotta make this the title. And the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, not being popular, shall be declared. So I was watching this video. Let me do this here. Please bear with me. Okay, where's the video? Okay, I was watching this video, and I'll leave the link in the description box. It's on its YouTube. So this is Chris Cuomo on the what is it? What is it? PBD, the Patrick Beth David YouTube page, podcast, whatever you want to call it, similar to Joe Rogan. Anyway, the other day they had Chris Cuomo on. He was, you know him, man, from, he's a brother of Andrew Cuomo, the son of Mario Cuomo, the governor of, the famous governor of New York, because they wanted him to be president. And they're Southern Italians. Anyway, I don't know if they're Navali Don or Siciliano, or they're maybe from one of those remote islands, which I doubt. Like you got Palermo, you got what's the other island? Sardinia. That's where the term sardines come from. Small fish, sardines, Sardinia, which is founded by the Moors. Look up Sardinia and check out the official map. It's a map with 4 heads of a Moor, or 4 Moors heads. Just look it up. Because a lot of those mainly the South Italy, the islands and so forth, Jake then took that over, and you had the Edomite European woman, and they would kill off the men, and they would take the woman, they would rape the woman, they would have children, and the children would go from, the mothers being maybe blonde hair, blue eyed, paler skin, to looking darker. Some of the features of some of the what do you call it? The word is right in my mind. The face, of the person, the nose, straight nose, broad nose, whatever. What's the goddamn term? Can't think of the term. Phenotype. So the phenotype of the children kind of changed a little bit. Now, if you can see him, if you didn't know this guy, you would think he was a Puerto Rican, maybe a Dominican. You know, one of the Latin tribes. He doesn't have that, and his hair is somewhat curly woolly. He doesn't have straight hair, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's not pasty. Anyway, so this is what it says. So you got to watch this video, because the truth is coming out. It said, he said, and this is him speaking. Oh, well, him speaking. Then this guy puts this up. He said, Cuomo said, the clinicians, the doctors, you know, and so forth, the medical practitioners. He said the clinicians weren't saying anything. No, Chris, they were, but they were being censored. And you weren't doing your job as a curious journalist. He really is not. If he calls himself a journalist, he's a terrible journalist. There's a difference between a newscaster and a journalist. A journalist puts together facts on both sides. Like true journalism would be the war, the declared war of the Israeli government against the Hamas, which they're just killing Palestinian citizens, which are not necessarily Hamas. Newborn babies, pregnant women, I don't think they're members of Hamas. Toddlers are not members of the Hamas. So they use the justification as Hamas. So a real journalist will cover both sides. You know, there's probably war crimes on either side. But if there's war crimes on one side more than the other, or they use the gen word, you know what I want to say. You got to be careful with YouTube. They're very touchy, very emotional. So, if he's a journalist, then he's a weak journalist. He's a fake journalist. He's not a real journalist. A journalist covers everything, both sides. So let me get this side of the story. Let me get that side of the story. And let me weigh the differences. And yes, this side is the right side. They're doing the right thing. So things come out. You had this thing with Kennedy, JFK, being assassinated in the limousine. And to this day, they said they're going to seal the documents of what really happened for 50 years. And I think the time was up or whatever. And I think they're going to seal. I think they sealed it. And they do that all the time. That's the real information. Oh, another 75 years. What does that mean? 75 years from now, most of us will be dead, and it'll be a new generation. Then they'll then they won't really care. Oh, okay. George Washington died. He really died of this. So what? That's not going to change the price of tea in China. See, when you're trying to hide the truth, you want to put a cap over it for as many years as you can, so that generation of people die off. It said Chris Cuomo said, the so-called journalist, he said clinicians, people that work in the medical field, weren't saying anything. No, these guys wasn't saying nothing. That's why we believe, that's why we did what we did. We took the jump shot and all that, because had they said something, we would have listened to them. And that's a motherfucking lie. Weren't saying anything. No, Chris, they were, but they were being censored. and you weren't doing your job. Now, let's say they wasn't saying nothing. You were the one to push the envelope, and you weren't doing your job as a curious journalism, which he's not. He's a what do you call it? A celebrity newscaster. A lot of them, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are failed actors. So really, being a newscaster is really an acting job. And you weren't doing your job as a curious journalist by digging deeper for the actual truth. So when I saw this, I said I'm going to do a topic on the word truth. We say that we the people, and you have the JJ saying that if we say that we're the people, we're being anti-Sem, right? When will the truth ultimately come out? When this place gets destroyed, when Yahushua come back with the angels. The same thing with the MOTB. We are telling you the truth about the MOTB. That it's the micro C-hip. You have major groups, UIC, IACPK, that are teaching lies. Now, whether they don't know, maybe they just don't know. Or maybe they took the bag. Or maybe they know and they're not going to say nothing because they would have to admit that GMS was right. Any way you want to slice it, I'll slice it. The MOTB, as we've been saying for years, since we got on YouTube, before we got on YouTube, and we always go on the videos, do videos on the MOTB. Any new information come out, we're going to do a video on it, because it's the truth. So ultimately, they are going to make as I said in previous videos, they are going to have breaking news, and eventually everybody on the planet will have to take it. And as I said in the past, it's going to be done by classes. What I mean by classes is groups like the military. That's a class. You got the Army. That's a class. You got the Navy. That's another class. You got the Marines, the Air Force, and so forth. You got the doctors in any given hospital. That's a class. The doctors, the nurses, the administrators. They're going to all have to get it. Then it's going to come down to regular private sector jobs. They're going to all have to get it. I'm talking about the jump shot, but bringing it up to date to the MOTB. We are telling the truth, and then, like I said, like I always say, people gonna go around in their minds and gonna say, "Oh shit, GMS was right." Oh shit, and it's gonna be a major shakeup, because the truth is gonna finally be manifest, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit. Now we ain't with that, man. GMS, nah, man, they ain't got it right. That's why I'm with the IUIC. Shall be declared. So when it actually comes to pass, I'll pay to see what them guys gonna have to explain away. And if you people that are under these individuals, I'm talking about Bishop Nathaniel, and not so much Johanna, but Johanna too, if he still teaches it, which he does, is he gonna change up? Is he gonna say I was wrong? Don't take it. It's the MOTB, GMS. Was GMS right? Yes, GMS was right. All right. So that's going to happen. That camera's going to be facing you right. The camera's going to zoom in on you, because people are going to be confused. What do we do? Now, if you say, go ahead and take it, there's nothing wrong with it, the GMS is lying, then that's on you. Then you're the asshole. There's a lot of madness. You got groups saying, one group saying the Lord only loves Esau, not Jacob. He really loves Esau. We already know they sold out. Esau, the Edomites, are really black people with red hair. Malcolm X is an Edomite. Red Fox is an Edomite. Pippi Longstocking is an Edomite. And the truth, which has been so long without fruit, not popular, shall be declared. So you're going to be confronted as to whether you're going to take it or not. Some of you will be locked up. Some of you will be executed. So, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description box of this here video. And you can watch it for yourself. It's only 2 minutes and change long. 2 minutes and 9 seconds long. So he admits it. Then he takes this thing that they said they laughed at if you took it for the ragamuffin, the sea ragamuffin. So now, let me go into these precepts. So the first one is 2nd Ezra 2 verse 28. Malachi 2 verse 6. The Lord was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many away from iniquity. And this is what we are ultimately doing. When we tell you that the MOTB technology is the micro C-hip, that's void of any iniquity. We're telling you the utmost truth. And if you can't see it, that means you're not meant to see it. Isaiah 6 verse 9, Matthew 10. And the words that we speak, are true words. So you're going to have to make a decision. John 8:32, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John 17:17, sanctify them by thy truth, thy word is truth. St. John 8 verse 40. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth, which I have heard of the Most High, the Father. This did not Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father. What he was saying was, look, you seek to kill me because I'm telling you the truth. Now, Abraham wouldn't do that, but you're saying that you come from Abraham. You did come from Abraham, but spiritually you're not of Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father. Who set these religious leaders at that time up? The Roman authority and the Herodian dynasty. Because he was Herod, the son of Herod the Great, was sitting up there like he was a king, and his family members, they were royal people, the royal family, and they didn't look like Edomites. They looked like Jakes. They looked like Jakes, but they were tears. But normally an Edomite is a so-called European-looking person. It says he said, ye do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even the Most High. In other words, they're saying we're pure. We come from a pure line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahushua said unto them, if the Most High were your father, ye would love me. Right, because he sent from the Father. But they couldn't see it because they were blinded. And they were Israelites. Not all Israelites are going to see this truth. Even the ones that wake up and say that they're Israelites. Just because you're an Israelite doesn't make you a prophet or one of the elect. For I proceeded forth and came from the Most High, neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do ye not understand my speech, even because ye cannot hear my word? Ye are of your father the devil, and lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. What's the opposite of truth? A lie. Because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So let's go back to Tazadakia, the so-called God-sent comforter. He was pulled to the side, given access to a lot of money, and but he was told, you got to switch this up, you got to switch that up. You got to, piece by piece, you got to turn this Hebrew Israelite thing into a Roman Catholic thing. That's why the name of their organization wasn't Yahushua, it was the ICGJC, or I Israel Church of God, J Jesus Christ. The Israelite School of God, and Israelite Church, not school, but Church of God and Jesus Christ. We don't worship Christ. We don't worship Jesus. So why would we put that name on our organization or whatever? If anything, you put Yahweh or Yahushai. It said, why do ye not understand my speech, even because ye cannot hear my words? Yeah, your father devil. I read that. It says, and because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. Now, we told you the truth, just to give you an example. The MOTB, which is getting ready to be manifest to the whole planet. Which of you convinceth me of sin? And if I say the truth, why do ye not believe me? Next precept. Oh, sorry. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Even the spirit of truth. I'm sorry, let me start from the 46th verse. Role of the Spirit. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. So we found out that Tazadaki is not the comforter because he didn't abide with y'all forever. Most High took him out 4 years ago. Even the Spirit of truth, this guy was guilty of taking men's wives, but yet he was a whole God-sent comforter. And see, the people that were in charge of that, you had High Priest Ariel, High Priest Shaw, High Priest Yeshaya, High Priest Kazak. High Priest Kazak, Shai and Kazak left over dispute. We know some of the details. We don't know the full details. But when you get up and leave, I'm not with this, you seeing something. And High Priest Ariel and High Priest Shaw stayed, but they're guilty of allowing this shit to go down. That school became a shambles. It became a den of iniquity. That's why the Most High sets up a leadership. And that's why you think we, hopped on the Fopi for this black Edomite shit. And like we said before, ain't no other group be jump. Hey, everybody should follow suit from the various different Israelite groups, camps, companies, and say, look, man, ain't no black Edomites out there, except if they are tears. And I said, well, they had to have taken it back because that's outlandish. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. It says, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, the world cannot receive. In other words, it bounces off their foreheads. It goes in one ear and out there. Don't even go in the ear. It bounces off their eardrum. They hear it, but they can't understand it. They can't make sense of it. And you got these people in the Kemetic community. They can't see it because the Most High totally shut them down. And being that the Most High totally shut their spirit down, they're going to take the Charagma. Because none of them Kemetic books is telling them, oh, don't take this Charagma. No book that says that. That's why, Isaiah 34:16? It says this book can't be mated with any other book. There's no book on the planet, as a prophecy says, don't take it. Now, there's books that are written by Christians that believe it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about prophetic book outside the scriptures that speak about the Charagma, the MOTB. Because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. So it's a spirit that's in you. You had a video of IUIC Toronto, was it Toronto, Canada, whatever. It was in Canada. They said I believe it was a Toronto IUIC is back in season. Well, wait a minute. Paul said, and you use the same word that Paul used, season. This truth is not seasonal. That's a topic right there. This truth is not seasonal. You know how you go and you like grapes, but if you get them out of season, it's hard to get them, and when you find them, they're expensive because they're out of season. So this is not a thing, oh, okay, it's getting warm, we can go out and speak. No, you're supposed to be out there in season and out of season. That's what that means. So that shows you where their heart is at. Because even in the wintertime, there's certain there's like certain spring, like December. December wasn't bad. November ain't bad. December ain't bad. January ain't too bad. February, the last 2 weeks of January and the month of February, that's when you get the cold. For about a month and a half, you get them cold. But even in those cold days, you get somewhat unseasonable days. John 15, and this is about the Comforter. When this guy said he was a God, said the Lord told him he was a God sent Comforter, and them people just clapped and was happy about it. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is not dealing with any of them. And at this particular point, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is not dealing with High Priest Ariel or High Priest Shaw. Now, if the Most High has mercy on them, they can be delivered. If the Most High doesn't have mercy on them, they will be destroyed. They're going to have to wait to come back. And they're not going to burn in hell forever, because there's no such thing as an eternal hell. That's why I say that IUIC going to break up. And if there's any of the elect in there, they're going to come out of it. They're going to come to their senses. St. John 15:26, but when the Comforters come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me. If he's going to testify of him, he's testifying, he would know the name of Yahweh and Yahushua, not Jesus Christ. 27th verse, and ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. If you were back there with Yahushua or came up under the apostles and you were teachers, you were of the elect, you're going to come right back in your position. You got a whole lot of Israelites out there that are just out there teaching what they want to teach. If they were not actually back there, then that goes into the whole, the 10 virgins, 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. Now, Apostle Kabar was doing a response to the video I did concerning Phoebe and the black Edomites with red hair. And he said that they lost the oil. No, they didn't lose the oil. They never had the oil in the first place. They never had the oil in the first place. Real talk. And I'm going to say this because the Spirit is making me say it. A lot of you people out there that watch the videos, a lot of you people watch this to get entertained. You're not really learning. You learn watching the videos religiously. When the Passover come, you eating regular food. You ain't honoring the Sabbath. You ain't trying to join the camp. So, I'm sorry. Okay, 13 verse. St. John 16 verse 13. Howbeit, when the Spirit of truth is come, he will guide you. How could Tazadaki be the Spirit of truth when this man was committing adultery? He gave this couple an award for a perfect marriage, and then to reward the woman, he made the woman his woman. And like I said, you had the leadership letting it happen. He will guide you into all truth, meaning the whole book. If I come across Revelation 13 to 16 and 17, the Spirit is going to guide me to say, this is what it means. If you see something different, the Spirit is not dealing with you. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he shall show you things to come. Which is prophecies. St. John 18:37 and 38. Pilate therefore said unto him, Art thou a king then? Yahushua answered, Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice. 38 verse. Pilate saith unto him, What is truth? And he said, and when he had said this, he went. Let me do this. Let me go to the red letter. So Pilate asked a question and gave him the answer. So this is Pilate speaking. Pilate saith unto him, What is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again unto the Jews, the Israelites, and saith unto them, I find in him no fault at all, acquitted, not guilty. As you read down, they had the custom where they let a murderer go, and he just said, look, this man is acquitted of all charges. He ain't do nothing wrong. Now, it doesn't tell you whether Pontius Pilate was an Edomite or an Israelite in a high position. It doesn't tell you. You may find an icon of him, whatever the case may be. But he was honest in his decision. He heard what he had to say. He got the evidence together. He said, "Man, this man is my verdict is he's innocent." Almost finished. Got a couple of precepts in the Apocrypha. Acts 26, verse 25, but I said, I am not mad, most noble Festus, but speak forth the words of truth and soberness. So the Apostle Paul went to Agrippa, went to the Edomite, went to Festus, and then he said he wanted to go to Caesar. And when Paul spoke, he spoke truth. He told him what the deal was. But he played them too. Right, he said unto King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets? I know that thou believest. Yeah, because they're claiming to be Israelites, so they supposed to keep the laws and follow the prophets. And Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuaded me to be a Christian. He said almost, but did he become a Christian? No. So Paul played him. Paul played his ass. As you read the rest of the account. 1 Corinthians 5 and 8, therefore let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Be truthful. You took the bag, you're not truthful at all. You got leaven all in your body. And you're going to find out that there's certain groups out there that have made a deal. Okay, let me do it this way. I'll do it this way. Second Ezra 11 verse 39. I'm going to start at 36th verse. Then I heard a voice which said unto me, look before thee, and consider the things that thou seest. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion cast out of the woods. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, said, hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, art thou not it that remaineth of the four beasts? Roman Empire. This is the lion represents Yahushua. So this is the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past or before it, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth. They didn't have control over the whole earth, but the rebirth of the Roman Empire has control over the whole earth. The U.S. has almost 1,000 military bases around the whole planet. A compass of the earth with much wicked oppression, as the Romans. Oh, and by the way, 2nd Ezra 11, 2nd Ezra 12 has absolutely nothing to do with America. If you're saying, oh, this is talking about America, you don't know what you're talking about. High Priest Ariel called himself trying to do a breakdown after the split, and he broke it down completely wrong. Now it was, believe it or not, it was Priest Danyala that had a video or whatever of Ariel breaking down 2nd Ezra 11, 2nd Ezra 12, and he passed it on to he goes by the title of High Priest Alazar, and Alazar sent it to me, and he said that Ariel went off. So I listened to it. I said, yep, he went off. And if Priest Danyala is listening to me, I would say this to him. I said, okay, you listen to Ariel, the way he broke it down. He says, talking about America and Roman Empire, but it jumps to America. And you listen to my breakdown, and you're going to say, nope, Tahar got it right and Ariel got it wrong. Because we had a meeting. He never broke it down right. The Most High never opened his eyes up to it. The Most High opened our eyes up to it to break it down the correct way. 2nd Ezra chapter 11 and 2nd Ezra chapter 12. Because we had a meeting before the split. I was there. General Yohana was there. The seven were there, and many other brothers that were up there. And we had to sit down as to what does this mean. So they didn't know what it meant. And to this day, Ariad don't got this. He got some of it correct, but he don't. When you say, "Oh, let's talk about America," it ain't talking about America. It says, "For the earth have thou not judged with truth." The Romans are untruthful people. This system is a deceitful system. Look, we at a time now where Netanyahu got the nerve to have the Most High's name in his name. My name is in his name. Netanyahu means give or give us Yahweh. Yahoo, they say Yahoo. Instead of Yahweh, they say Yahoo. It says, so his name is Benjamin, which means son of the right, which is the tribe of Benjamin. Give us Yahweh. That's what it's supposed to mean, but they're saying Yahoo, like I said. So his thing is to attack Rafah, and the U.S. is holding back ammunition because they got their ammunition from the U.S. So the U.S. is holding back ammunition. Why? Because they don't want to push on, because they know that's going to lead to the Third World War. This guy Netanyahu doesn't see that. So they know what it's going to lead to. And if there's a Third World War, that's the end of this system. They know it. But it's going to happen anyway. They're going to lead you into that war. They're going to lead you. You're going to wind up giving them eventually the ammunition that they need. See, if y'all watched us, you would know. You would stop it. You would get rid of it. You lock the guy up. You get rid of him. You do whatever to get rid of him to stop it. All you're doing is buying time, because it is going to happen. The least of the flock shall draw them out. Will happen. I will put hooks in his jaws. Will happen. Gog of the land of Magog, they're going to destroy this place with their almost 6,000 ICBM missiles. And the supersonic missile system is the most powerful missile system out there. Can't be detected by radar. I was reading one article where it says if the U.S. and Russia fought a ground war, that the U.S. would win. But in the nuclear war, the Russians would win hands down. So it's going to get hot and messy. 42nd verse. For thou hast afflicted the meek, which are the Israelites. Thou hast hurt the peaceable, which are the Israelites. Thou hast loved liars. And a liar is not talking about a stringed instrument. There's a stringed instrument called a liar. A liar is somebody that tells something opposite of the truth. And destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, the Israelites, and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. We had no power to take you down. So if you say we're a threat, well, not even to this day. Black Hebrew Israelites is a threat. And you got one situation in Jersey, which they found out the guy was either Muslim or he was a former member of the ICGJC. So he was just a crazy, bugged out guy, whatever the story is. And that's when back, what is it, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, 6 years ago, everything on the news was about the black Hebrew Israelites and this and that. This guy that killed 4, I guess, sheriff deputies or police down there in the South, he showed a picture of the guy with a beard. And we already jumped on it. We said, okay, they might spin the story and say, oh, by the way, he was an Israelite. Which is bullshit. So when we say that this place is going to be destroyed by ICBM missiles sent from Russia and other places around the world, including NATO members, we're telling the truth. So you should get on our side and talk to us. We want to know about this. And I'll just tell them the truth. I said, just enjoy yourself, because you're going to wind up doing it anyway. You're going to do what you don't want to do. You're going to do what you don't want to do. When there was rumors about Russia invading Ukraine, and then when they eventually invaded Ukraine, Biden was in office, and they asked him as he was walking, stumbling, they said, "Are we going to get involved in this?" And he said it. He said, "No, because that would be World War III." And World War III is known as what? The war to end all wars. And that was World War I. World War I was supposed to be the war to end all wars. You had the Vietnam, Korean, the Arab nations, Desert Storm, World War II. World War III is going to be the war to end all wars. Einstein, which means iron stone, he said, I don't know. They asked him about World War III. He said, I don't know how World War III is going to commence, but I do know World War IV will involve sticks and stones, because those missiles are going to knock everything back to the Stone Ages. So in a roundabout way, he said, look, he said it in code, and it went over people's heads. He said in code, he said, look, World War III is going to be a nuclear war. It's going to be the end of your world. And you guys in the main camp that a lot of you guys getting bullshitting, you're going to wind up taking that daggone chip, because you might not be the elect. You can read this in context from the, what is that, the 9th verse down to the 13th verse, I believe. 14th verse. I'm just going to go right to the point. The third wrote, this is Zerubbabel, women are strongest, but above all things truth beareth away the victory. Hang tight. I'm almost finished. I got a couple more precepts. 2nd Ezra 7 verse 44. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke. So when we do videos on the IUIC about the MOTB, and they'll immediately have a comeback. Oh, it's not the the micro C hip is this, that, and the third. They should really sit down and study. Like when we got kicked out of the temple back in the day, not too long after, they kicked us out because of the Cornelius thing. You know, we say Cornelius is a Jake. Shortly thereafter, they went down and studied and all that. Then they saw that Cornelius was in fact a Jake, but they never called us back or never apologized. To this day, so just as Bishop, the great and powerful Bishop Nathaniel, was dead wrong on the Cornelius thing, he gonna be dead wrong on the MOTB. And if he doesn't say anything, if you have members of the elect that's a part of your thing, they're gonna leave. They're gonna argue, they're gonna fight, they may get them bats out and look at you like a black pinata. Remember, the dude had a dream. Remember, you had a dream. You lost the oil, then at the end of the dream, you got the oil back. Ecclesiasticus 4, verse 25. See, our spirit's supposed to be in maximum overdrive with this truth. We're at the end of this thing. In no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed or be embarrassed of the error of thine ignorance. In no wise speak against the truth. When we say the MOTB is a micro C hip, that's the truth. If you say anything different, you're speaking a lie. And you should be embarrassed. And you're in error. But be abashed or embarrassed of the error of thine ignorance. You saying it because you just don't know, or either you took the bag, or you're stupid. Pick one. I'm getting ready. I'm finna land this plane. But judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong. The U.S. is holding back the weapons to give to Israel because they don't want to go. The truth of the matter is that's going to lead to a third world war. And Netanyahu can't see that. Last scripture, 2 Corinthians 10, verse 8. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and read it. Matter of fact, I will read it in the NLT. We use God, the Most High's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons. So this is spiritual warfare to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy false arguments. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing the Most High, the truth. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey the Messiah. Sixth verse, and after you have become fully obedient, we will punish everyone who remains disobedient. So you're bucking up against the truth. One truth is the MOTB is the micro C hip. If you're teaching anything different, then you're being disobedient to the truth. And what is the Most High going to do? He's going to punish you. He's going to punish you. He's going to punish everyone. Let me look up the word punish, and then I'm gonna close. Vindicate one's right, do one justice, to protect, defend one person from another, to avenge a thing, to punish a person for a thing. So there's a penalty that comes with this when you teach this, when you teach lies mixed in with the truth. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.